Hi, this is Daryl Meyer from Keller, Texas. Today is Thursday, January 28th, 2010. A lot of things going on today. There's a lot of world leaders over in Davos that are trying to work on basically a world government, trying to come up with what they can do since their climate conference in December pretty much was a failure. They're trying to make up for that. But some of the headlines I'm reading today, a lot of them are very similar too, because there's so much of this in the news right now. But reading this story from the Jerusalem Post, it says Jerusalem will be Palestinian capital. Mahmoud Abbas says peace talks can't start until Israel stops Jerusalem construction. Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas today said that the Palestinians would not accept Abu Dis, a town between Jerusalem that is currently controlled by the PA, as the capital of their future state, but would insist on receiving control over East Jerusalem. In an interview with an Arab-language Russian TV channel, Abbas explained that while he feels East and West must not be divided in practice, it was important that it would be clear which part of the capital belongs to the Palestinians and which part belongs to Israel. PA president said that the Israeli demand to be recognized as a Jewish state appeared only in the 1947 partition plan, hinting that Israel would have to implement that plan in order to gain recognition as a Jewish state. So, let me move on. Reading from Israel Today, this headline, Palestinians, Jerusalem will be ours, they say. Pretty much same story, different place. Moderate Palestinian leader Mahmoud Abbas today reiterated that he will never make peace with Israel unless he is guaranteed sovereign control over the eastern half of Jerusalem. Let me just say one thing. Not gonna happen. Alright? Not gonna happen. Not gonna do it. It's not happening, okay? Benjamin Netanyahu will never agree to that. They would have to get him out of office and find some flimsy leader that would say, oh, sure, let's do that. But that's not going to happen. So we're at a standstill for the peace process. Abbas said the Palestinians would not accept the compromise of establishing their capital in this other town, even though it's on the Jerusalem outskirts and is already under Palestinian control. The part that the Palestinians want has about 20,000 Jews living in it that would all have to get up and move. They've been there for years and years. And I know, don't argue with me. Don't say, oh, well, what about the Palestinians that were there before 1947? Duly noted, okay? Duly noted, but, the UN came up with this whole thing on Israel. Don't yell at me, don't complain to me. Take it to a higher power, okay? I'm just the messenger. Let's see, what else? Abbas insisted that all areas of the Holy City that until 1967 were under illegal Jordanian occupation must return to Arab rule, including the various neighborhoods where tens of thousands of Jews live today, and the Old City, home to the Temple Mount. You know what? Israel is never going to give the Temple Mount to the Palestinians. Never. Never. So give it up. Part of negotiations is giving up things. The PA is giving up nothing. They're asking for everything and giving up nothing in return. Look what happened at previous land that Israel gave to the Palestinians on a good faith gesture, thinking there would be peace. Oh, let's give them Gaza. Oh, what happened ever since then? About 6,000 rockets coming in from Gaza, landing on Israel. Yeah, that's a good deal. Let's give them more land so they can get closer and bomb us even more. Crazy, crazy stuff. Abbas was adamant that he would not even talk to the Israelis until a full and complete freeze on Jewish construction in eastern Jerusalem was implemented. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu maintains that Jerusalem will never again be divided, and the vast majority of Israelis support that position. It's just ongoing. It never stops, does it? Let's see. In another story, Obama says Iran will pay a price for stalling nuclear talks. Yeah, okay. Well, Iran, Quit making those nuclear bombs. Quit it. Yeah. You know, I got to give it to Obama. He knows how to give a good speech. Other than that, not much. Oh, he is a good speaker. I will give him that. Heard his State of the Union address. He's a very gifted speaker. He's a good motivator. He would be a good guy to have to come give a pep talk at your company. But as far as running my country, maybe I should take the fifth on this one. I have the right to remain silent. Anyway, so he's saying, Iran will suffer consequences as a result of its refusal to cooperate with the international community on its nuclear program. And you know what? He's done nothing up to this point. Oh, let's not send them any more nuclear fuel. Oh, let's not give them any of this. These sanctions are only hurting the good people of Iran. They're not doing anything to the authorities or to Ahmadinejad. They're not slowing him down one bit. If anything, it's making him more defiant, and it's making him say, I'm moving forward, and I'm going to build a nuclear bomb, and I'm going to create global chaos and usher in this 12th Imam or Mahdi, because that's what he believes. So, you're probably asking yourself, where are you going with all this, Daryl? Well, let me just ask you. A lot of people say, Daryl, why don't we have this? Why don't we have that? Well, let me tell you why. Because maybe you're not asking properly, or maybe because your motives are not right. Let me get into the Word today. Let's go to Matthew 7, verse 7 through 12, and this is Jesus talking. Jesus says, ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives. He who seeks finds, and to him who knocks the door will be opened. Which of you, if his son asks for bread, will give him a stone? Or if he asks for a fish, will give him a snake? If you then, though you are evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father in heaven give good gifts to those who ask him? To those who ask him. So in everything, do to others what you would have them do to you. For this sums up the law of the prophets. Ever heard of the golden rule? Right there it is in the Holy Bible. Long before it became known as the Golden Rule. Let's go to Matthew 5, verse 42. Again, Jesus says, give to the one who asks you, and do not turn away from the one who wants to borrow from you. So Jesus says, give to the one who asks you. Don't you think he probably practices what he preaches? I guarantee you he does. So, he will give to the one who asks of him. Let's go to Matthew 6, verse 8. And that says, do not be like them, for your Father knows what you need before you ask him. That's a good word. Father knows what you need before you even ask. Alright, let's jump over to John 15, verse 16. Again, Jesus talking says, you did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you to go and bear fruit, fruit that will last. Then the Father will give you whatever you ask in my name. I'll give you whatever you ask in my name. Let's go to John 16, verses 23 and 24. In that day, again this is Jesus talking, in that day you will no longer ask me anything. I tell you the truth, my Father will give you whatever you ask in my name. Until now you have not asked for anything in my name. Ask, and you will receive, and your joy will be complete. It's a good word. I love the word. I love the letters in red. Let's go to James. James 1, verses 5 through 7. And that says, if any of you lacks wisdom, he should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to him. But when he asks, he must believe and not doubt, because he who doubts is like a wave of the sea, blown and tossed by the wind. That man should not think he will receive anything from the Lord. That man should not think he would receive anything from the Lord. Let's go to James 4, verses 2 and 3. You want something, but don't get it. You kill and covet, but you cannot have what you want. You quarrel and fight. You do not have, because you do not ask God. Okay? Right there. Plain and simple, in black and white. Verse 3 says, when you ask, you do not receive, because you ask with wrong motives, that you may spend what you get on your pleasures. Okay, so I'm just saying that God is not a cosmic genie. He's not going to just give you everything you ask for. Just because you say, "Oh, God, give me $1 million in Jesus' name." It's not going to happen. "Oh, give me a brand new Corvette." Wrong motives, okay? His will, not your will. His will be done. Let me go to Matthew 25, verse 21. Again, this is Jesus talking, and this is what we all want to hear when we get to heaven. His master replied, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness." That's what we should all strive for. That's what we all want to hear when we stand before God at the judgment throne. Whew. Hey, sorry, it's raining here today. It's kind of crazy. Anyway, God bless you all. Good Lord willing. I hope to see you tomorrow.